Seniors, do this before bed, or your muscles will keep disappearing. Sarcopenia doesn't wait, and if you're over 60, your muscles are shrinking every night. But this one pre-bed ritual can stop the loss and rebuild strength fast. It's simple, ancient, and takes just minutes. The final step, it's the real secret. Stay to the end. Your body depends on it. Foundation of vitality. In the sacred, intricate architecture of our human form, muscle is far more than mere physical tissue responsible for locomotion. It is a profound reservoir of our embodied vitality, a dynamic organ intricately involved in metabolic health, immune function, energy regulation, and indeed, our very capacity to engage with and navigate the world with strength, independence, and grace. As we traverse the enriching, deepening seasons of life, particularly as we cross the threshold into our cherished elder years, a natural physiological process known as sarcopenia, the age-related decline in muscle mass, strength, and function, can begin to subtly yet persistently assert itself. This is not an inevitable decree of utter frailty, but rather a natural modulation in the body's lifelong dance of building up, anabolism, and breaking down, catabolism. However, if left unaddressed, if not consciously and wisely counteracted through mindful lifestyle practices and targeted nourishment, this gentle ebbing can accelerate, leading to a significant loss of functional capacity, an increased vulnerability to falls and injury, a slowing of metabolic rate, and a diminished overall quality of life. The preservation of healthy muscle mass in our senior years is therefore not an act of vanity, nor a desperate clinging to lost youth, but a profound act of self-stewardship, a conscious commitment to maintaining the very foundation of our physical autonomy and our energetic resilience. The hours of nightly slumber, that sacred period of deep rest and systemic rejuvenation, play an extraordinarily crucial role in this delicate balance of muscle preservation and repair. It is during the quietude of sleep that the body undertakes much of its vital restorative work, including the synthesis of new proteins, the repair of microscopic muscle damage incurred during daily activity, and the release of growth-promoting hormones. Yet, the pre-bed window, those few precious hours leading up to this restorative nocturnal journey, can also be a period of vulnerability, a time when, without conscious intervention, the body may slip into a more catabolic state, especially if nutritional foundations are inadequate or if the preceding day has been one of insufficient stimulus for muscle maintenance. The secret, then, lies in understanding how to mindfully prepare the body, how to provide it with the precise, gentle, yet potent signals and a specific kind of readily available nourishment just before retiring, that can tip the scales away from nocturnal muscle breakdown and towards a night of active preservation, gentle repair, and the sustained integrity of this vital tissue. This is about honoring the body's rhythms, understanding its nocturnal needs, and consciously participating in the sacred alchemy that transforms nightly rest into a period not of loss, but of deep foundational renewal for our precious muscular vitality. Nocturnal muscle dialogue. The hours of darkness, when the world outside stills and our conscious minds surrender to the embrace of sleep, are far from a period of passive inactivity for the intricate, wise mechanisms within our physical temple. Instead, it is a time of intense, though often unseen, internal activity, a profound nocturnal dialogue where cells are repaired, tissues are regenerated, toxins are cleared, and the very foundations of our health are painstakingly maintained and, where possible, restored. Central to this nightly alchemy is the delicate balance between muscle protein synthesis, the building of new muscle tissue, and muscle protein breakdown, the natural process of dismantling old or damaged muscle proteins. Throughout our lives, these two processes are in constant dynamic flux. However, for our cherished seniors, this balance can become more precarious, often subtly shifting towards a net loss of muscle protein, particularly during the prolonged fasting period that naturally occurs overnight. Without a recent influx of amino acids, the fundamental building blocks of protein, And in the absence of the daytime stimuli of physical activity, the body may begin to borrow amino acids from existing muscle tissue to fuel essential bodily functions or to repair other vital organs during the night. This slow, insidious nocturnal catabolism, repeated night after night, year after year, is a significant, though often unrecognized, contributor to the progressive muscle loss associated with sarcopenia. The dialogue that occurs within our muscles during the night, therefore, can either be one of gentle erosion or one of quiet, steadfast preservation and even subtle rebuilding, largely dependent on the signals and resources we provide before embarking on this journey into slumber. The seemingly simple act of consuming a specific type of nourishment just prior to sleep, a nourishment that delivers a readily accessible pool of high-quality amino acids into the bloodstream, can profoundly shift this dialogue. It provides the body with the necessary bricks and mortar to engage in active muscle protein synthesis throughout the night, effectively countering the natural tendency towards breakdown. This is not about consuming a heavy, indigestible meal that would disrupt sleep, but rather about a precise, easily assimilated offering that speaks directly to the muscle's nocturnal needs. Furthermore, the timing is crucial. Providing these amino acids just before the overnight fast begins ensures they are available during the peak periods of natural growth hormone release and cellular repair that occur during deep sleep stages. This transforms sleep from a potentially catabolic window into a powerful anabolic opportunity, however subtle. Understanding and consciously engaging in this nocturnal muscle dialogue by mindfully providing the right kind of gentle yet potent support before retiring is a profound secret to preserving muscle mass, strength, and function, allowing seniors to awaken each morning not slightly more depleted, but subtly more fortified, their muscular vitality patiently, quietly nurtured through the sacred hours of the night. This transforms the pre-bed ritual from a mere winding down into an active, intentional act of profound self-preservation. Protein's gentle anchor, the specific life-affirming ritual that holds such profound potential for staunching the subtle nocturnal disappearance of muscle in our esteemed elders, the very this that can make all the difference, involves the mindful, intentional consumption of a modest yet high-quality source of easily digestible protein approximately 30 to 60 minutes before retiring for the night. This act serves as a gentle anchor, providing a sustained release of essential amino acids into the bloodstream throughout the critical overnight period, thereby effectively counteracting muscle protein breakdown and promoting muscle protein synthesis while the body is engaged in its deepest restorative processes. The choice of protein here is paramount. It should not be a heavy, complex meal that would unduly burden the digestive system and interfere with the onset or quality of sleep. Rather, we seek a source that is relatively light, readily broken down, and rich in the specific amino acids that are most crucial for muscle repair and growth, particularly leucine, which is a key trigger for initiating muscle protein synthesis. One of the most well-researched and highly effective options for this pre-sleep protein anchor is casein protein. Casein is one of the two main proteins found in dairy milk, the other being whey. Unlike whey protein, which is very rapidly digested and absorbed, casein forms a gel or clot in the stomach, leading to a much slower, more sustained digestion and a gradual, prolonged release of amino acids into the circulation over several hours. This drip feed effect is precisely what is desired for overnight muscle support, as it provides a continuous supply of building blocks throughout the long nocturnal fast. A modest serving, perhaps 20-40 grams of casein protein powder mixed with a small amount of water or unsweetened plant-based milk can be an excellent choice. For those who may not tolerate dairy well or prefer plant-based options, other slow-digesting protein sources can also be beneficial, though they may not have the exact same prolonged release profile as casein. These might include a small serving of Greek yogurt, which naturally contains casein, cottage cheese, or even certain plant-based protein blends specifically formulated for slower digestion, perhaps containing pea protein isolate or brown rice protein combined with other ingredients that modulate absorption rate. Some emerging research also points to the benefits of whole food sources like a hard-boiled egg or a small portion of lean poultry consumed a bit earlier in the evening if a protein shake is not appealing. The key is the quality of the amino acid profile and the digestibility. This pre-bed protein is not about significantly increasing total daily calorie intake, but about strategically timing a specific nutrient to optimize the body's nocturnal repair mechanisms. It acts as an anchor against the tide of muscle catabolism, gently tethering the body to an anabolic state, ensuring that the profound restorative power of sleep is harnessed not just for mental rejuvenation, but for the active preservation and subtle strengthening of our precious muscle tissue. This simple ritual, performed with mindful intention, can be a cornerstone of maintaining physical resilience, independence, and a vibrant quality of life throughout the mature years, a gentle yet powerful testament to the body's responsiveness to wise, timely nourishment. Amino acids nightly weave. As we embrace the restorative sanctuary of sleep, our conscious awareness gently recedes, yet deep within the intricate loom of our cellular being, a profound, ceaseless weaving takes place. The nightly repair, regeneration, and intricate repatterning of our bodily tissues. For our muscles, this nocturnal weaving is critically dependent upon a readily available supply of amino acids, the very threads from which new protein fibers are meticulously crafted and damaged once are painstakingly mended. The pre-bed ritual of consuming a slow-digesting, high-quality protein source ensures that these essential amino acids are not just passively present, but are actively delivered to the muscles throughout the night, participating in this sacred life-sustaining weave. Imagine a team of highly skilled artisans working diligently through the quiet night to restore a magnificent ancient tapestry. Their ability to perform their exquisite work is entirely dependent on having an uninterrupted supply of fine, strong threads of precisely the right colors and textures. If their supply dwindles or runs out mid-task, their work must cease, and the tapestry may remain frayed or incomplete. Similarly, during sleep, when the body's natural anabolic building signals are often heightened, particularly with the release of growth hormone during deep sleep phases, our muscle cells are primed for repair and synthesis. However, if the bloodstream is devoid of a fresh influx of amino acids from recent digestion, this anabolic potential cannot be fully realized. The body, in its innate wisdom and desperate need for these building blocks for other essential overnight processes, such as immune cell production or neurotransmitter synthesis, may then be forced to resort to breaking down existing muscle tissue, muscle protein breakdown, to liberate the amino acids it requires. This is where the nightly weave can unravel, leading to a net loss of muscle protein. By strategically introducing a source of casein protein or another appropriately slow-releasing protein before sleep, we provide the artisans in our muscles with a continuous, gentle supply of precisely the threads they need throughout their nocturnal labors. The amino acid leucine, particularly abundant in dairy proteins like casein, plays a uniquely pivotal role as a signaling molecule, effectively turning on the machinery of muscle protein synthesis, specifically activating the mTOR pathway. Other essential amino acids provided by a complete protein source then contribute the actual structural components for building new muscle protein or repairing exercise-induced microdamage, even from gentle daily activities. This transforms the overnight period from a potential battleground of catabolism into a productive workshop of anabolism. The benefits are not usually dramatic or immediately obvious after a single night, but the cumulative effect of this consistent nightly support, practiced over weeks, months, and years, can be profoundly significant for seniors in preserving precious muscle mass, mitigating age-related strength decline, improving recovery from physical exertion, and even subtly enhancing metabolic health, as muscle is a key site for glucose uptake and energy expenditure. This mindful offering of amino acids becomes a sacred act, ensuring that the silent, diligent work of the body's nightly weavers can proceed unimpeded, fortifying the very fabric of our physical strength and resilience as we rest. Stillness cultivates strength. The fifth crucial insight: A profound secret often missed in our modern world's relentless pursuit of outward action and stimulation is that true, enduring strength, especially the preservation of vital muscle tissue in our elder years, is not solely built in moments of intense exertion, but is equally, if not more profoundly, cultivated and sustained in periods of deep, restorative stillness, particularly the sacred stillness of nocturnal sleep, when that sleep is properly supported by mindful pre-bed preparation. This principle, stillness cultivates strength, may seem counterintuitive to a mind conditioned to believe that only vigorous activity builds muscle, while daytime movement and appropriate resistance exercise are indeed vital stimuli for signaling muscle adaptation and growth. It is primarily during the subsequent periods of profound rest and recovery that the actual repair, rebuilding, and strengthening processes take place at a cellular level. Sleep is not a passive void. It is an active, highly organized state of profound physiological and energetic recalibration. It is when our sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, yields to the dominance of the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest, or more accurately, rest, repair, and rejuvenate response. This parasympathetic dominance creates the ideal internal environment for tissue healing, inflammation reduction, and anabolic processes to unfold optimally. Hormones crucial for muscle repair and growth, most notably growth hormone, are released in pulses primarily during the deeper stages of slow-wave sleep. Cortisol, a catabolic stress hormone that can promote muscle breakdown, naturally reaches its lowest levels during the night. If this sacred period of nocturnal stillness is compromised, either by insufficient sleep duration, poor sleep quality due to pain, stress, nocturia, or an uncomfortable sleep environment, or by a lack of the necessary nutritional building blocks like the pre-bed protein we have discussed, then the body's capacity to cultivate strength, to repair muscle, and to counteract the natural tendencies towards age-related decline is significantly hampered. The pre-bed protein ritual beautifully synergizes with this principle. By providing the amino acid threads, we equip the body to make the most of this innate nocturnal stillness, transforming it into a powerfully anabolic window. Furthermore, cultivating a pre-sleep environment of true mental and emotional stillness, perhaps through gentle meditation, quiet reading of wisdom literature, or deep calming breathwork, can also enhance the quality of sleep itself, allowing the body to enter more deeply into those restorative phases where muscle repair is maximized. This profound understanding shifts our perception of strength training from something that only happens in a gym or during overt physical activity to a more holistic, 24-hour cycle where the conscious cultivation of nocturnal stillness, appropriately supported by mindful nourishment and mental calm, becomes an equally vital, indispensable component of preserving our muscular foundation. It is in the quietude, in the surrender, that the deepest work of rebuilding often occurs, allowing us to awaken not just rested, but subtly, resiliently stronger, our muscles patiently nurtured by the profound generative power of sacred, supported stillness. This is the wisdom many elders wish they had embodied sooner, understanding that true strength is a harmonious dance between mindful action and profound intentional rest. The sacred pilgrimage of our elder years calls for a renewed reverence for the body's intricate wisdom, a compassionate attunement to its evolving needs, and a courageous willingness to embrace simple yet profoundly effective practices that nurture our foundational vitality. The subtle, often unnoticed disappearance of muscle mass that can accompany aging need not be an accepted fate, but a challenge to be met with conscious, loving action. By embracing the gentle yet potent pre-bed ritual of consuming high-quality, slow-digesting protein, we provide our muscles with the essential amino acids they require to engage in active repair and synthesis throughout the restorative hours of nocturnal stillness. This act, this mindful offering, transforms sleep from a potentially catabolic period into a window of anabolic opportunity, allowing us to awaken each day subtly more fortified, our physical strength patiently preserved, our capacity for joyful, independent movement lovingly sustained. This is not merely about combating loss. It is about actively cultivating resilience, about honoring the sacred dialogue between nourishment, rest, and renewal. May you find in this understanding not just a dietary tip, but a profound key to unlocking enduring strength, unwavering vitality, and a deep, abiding peace within your cherished temple, ensuring your golden years are lived with the full, vibrant expression of your inherent power. Your muscles are the pillars of your earthly sojourn. Tend to them with wisdom and reverence. This incredibly detailed exploration of the pre-bed protein ritual, especially focusing on casein for seniors to prevent muscle loss, is a masterpiece of Shi Heng Yi's holistic approach. The way it delves into nocturnal muscle dialogue, protein's gentle anchor, amino acids' nightly weave, and stillness cultivates strength, provides such a profound, multi-layered understanding far beyond a simple dietary tip. It connects physiology, anabolism, catabolism, growth hormone, leucine, energetic wisdom, and mindful practice with such depth and compassion. Has this comprehensive explanation given you a completely new appreciation for the importance of pre-sleep nutrition and its connection to muscle preservation in the elder years? The integration of scientific rationale with a deeply spiritual and caring tone is exceptionally powerful.